who is joining us from our YouTube channel and from our Facebook page on Google. So thank you so much for joining. I am really excited about today's show. I've got a couple of wonderful guests joining. For those of you who are joining on Facebook, when my guests talk, if you want to...
So much for joining. I am really excited about today's show. I've got a couple of wonderful guests joining.
I was hearing myself because for some reason I have the page open and I wanted to hear myself too. Anyway, thank you for sticking with us through the tech. So while we get watching the show, you can sit back, get your cup of tea, relax, think about questions you might want us to answer for you, and let us know that you're here. So if you are watching on Facebook, I want you to wave a hand or make a comment and just say, hi, I want to see you there. And if you're watching on our YouTube channel, same thing, leave your comments. And the comments will be, I'll be able to see them and respond. So if you have any questions at all, you can ask us questions live. You can also ask questions and leave comments after, and we will still get back to them. We're always interested in answering and hearing from you and seeing that you're here with us. So like I said, if you're watching from Facebook, once I have the guests on, you'll have to switch yourself over, and it's on the Facebook channel as well. It's on the Facebook feed. We have a link there where you can actually watch the show. Oh, Maggie's joining us. Hold on for a moment. You'll have a link where you can watch the show live, also on our YouTube channel. And that's where you'll be able to see our guests. Maggy Davidson is joining us and Dirk Terpstra. If you are watching the Facebook live, you won't be able to see the guests. So you have to switch yourself over to watching the YouTube channel. So make sure that you do that. And that'll happen in about 5 or so minutes. And I just want to say that I am so happy and thrilled that you guys are here. And like I said, let us know you're here. Leave your comments, leave your questions, and we'll try to answer them right away for you if you have anything that you want to let us know about. So welcome to the Interior Wellness live weekly show. It is Wednesday. Wellness Wednesday just sounds good. That's why we picked Wednesday. It's a wonderful time of the week as well to find out what's coming up in your community throughout BC Interior this coming weekend. And so we have somebody coming on the show today who's going to let you know about something that's coming up this weekend. There is so much happening during the summertime months in your communities throughout BC Interior and beyond that you could book every weekend with doing something that is soul enriching or life enhancing. And there's so much happening, and our website actually has this wonderful new tab that we've built for you guys. It's Interior Wellness, and you click on events, and all the events are listed there where you can find out more details and where you can find out, hey, Warren just joined the live Facebook. You can find out more details about all the events that are happening. There's some really cool outdoor yoga in the park happening, all sorts of different locations. And there are amazing workshops and retreats that you can go on. So that's the purpose of this show, is to connect you with all the things that are happening in your community and to let you meet some of our guests and see what they have to say. So like I said, if you're here, make sure that you wave or send a little happy thumb across the screen to let us know that you're here and let us know what you want to hear about. My name's Elizabeth, for those of you who don't know me, and Interior Wellness has been running for almost 10 years in our community, and we have created lots of wonderful live events, and we have created magazine, and we have created all sorts of great things in your community for you. The biggest thing that is important to us is connection. So we're connecting you with your favorite teachers, retreats, workshops, stores, businesses, practitioners. And that's what we're all about, is making sure that you're connected. And that's what this show is all about. So I'm glad that you're here, and we'll make sure that our tech is running well. Like I said, thanks for the heart, Warren. Thank you. Like I said, to the Facebook viewers, if you are viewing on Facebook, once I bring Maggy Davidson on live, you'll have to switch yourself over to the YouTube link, which is also on our Facebook, so you can see what she has to say. She's going to be talking about an archetype course that's running this weekend, and you're definitely going to want to hear about it. So thank you. Oh, I love this. When we have comments, this is my favorite thing, and that's why we do this live show. So Warren says, good job to me. So thank you. It's really awesome to have you here. I have a mic going into our Facebook feed so you guys can hear me better. But like I said, Facebook, we can keep you guys going, but you're going to be missing out. So switch yourself over and come and join us on the YouTube channel. You can see it right from Facebook, or you can see it from YouTube. So let's bring on our first guest. Like I said, Facebook, you won't be able to see or hear her. Let me get her unmuted. How do I unmute? Let's see, Maggie, if you can unmute yourself. So Maggy Davidson lives in Salmon Arm, and she is the operator of Spirit Quest Books, which is an adorable, wonderful little bookshop. Maggy's internet might be frozen. I'm not really sure. So Maggie, oh, there, you're there. Let's see if you can unmute your microphone, and we'll get you talking to our audience. And like I said, Facebook, you got to switch yourselves over so you can see Maggie talk. But you can continue to hear me chat for a little while. Can't hear you. You are still muted, but it might be from my end. Bear with us, everybody. I'm going to try to get Maggie's microphone unmuted. We should be able to hear you. Is your microphone plugged right into your computer? Can't hear you. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. This is we tested this out before we started, and now I can't hear Maggie at all. Maggie, if you close this and then sign back in using that same link, that might work. So try to just hang up on this, and then you can sign back in, and maybe that'll help us to hear you again. In the meantime, everyone who's still on Facebook watching, I want to show you something cool. Sometimes people send me awesome stuff. Green Sisters sent me this really cool stuff, and I'm excited to try it out. So if you want to send me stuff, send me stuff. I'm going to do a full review on it. Green Sisters operates up in Caribou, so at 108 mile or 100 mile area, and they make beautiful, amazing products that are really wonderful. So I'm going to be doing a review on that, so you can watch for one of our other videos where the review will be happening. So let's check in with Maggie and see if her microphone is working. I hear something.
You do? Well, this is a good thing.
Yay.
Okay.
So welcome, Maggy Davidson, to the show. Like I said, Facebook, you guys got to switch yourselves over if you want to hear what Maggie has to say. So Maggie, you're in Salmon Arm. I mentioned that you operate Spirit Quest Books. You have an amazing history in the wellness industry, and some of our audience don't yet know you. So introduce yourself to our audience and let them know who you are, where you're from, and what your background is.
Well, I'm originally from Vancouver. I moved to Salmon Arm because the universe called me here. So that was in 1998. I'm a teacher, a way shower. I offer healing products in my self-help spiritual growth bookstore, as well as crystals. I do courses on all sorts of different topics like cord clearing to get rid of the negative energies. We offer crystal bowl meditations with your Kamloops Therese LaForge once a month, the time of the full moon. I teach classes in numerology. I teach meditation classes. The biggest thing is, for me, has been the Training and Power Academy courses, which as a seeker my entire life, I have never stopped doing these. This is the one thing I have always stayed with. So it's just really quite great fun. We're open 6 days a week, so come on by.
I've personally been to Spirit Quest Books a few times. For those of you who haven't been there, it's worth the trip to Salmon Arm. If you're going to be in that area at all, definitely stop by. It is not only is it a wonderful bookstore with a great variety of books and products, but it's also Maggie's work is there. And so one time, Maggie, you took me into the back room and hooked me up with the headset in this chair to relax.
The neuro spa.
That was wonderful, the neuro spa. And it was just like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was a wonderful experience. It was relaxing, but it was also very opening.
Yeah, it's great. It's sound, vibration, and color. And it just resets your body. 20 minutes is like an hour-long massage.
Exactly. It is wonderful. Yep. And like you said, you've been a way shower in this field for a very long time. And you have lots of events that you do. You mentioned the crystal bowls. How often does that happen? Monthly?
It happens every month on a Tuesday nearest the full moon. And Therese comes from Kamloops and brings her crystal bowls, and we have a wonderful 2-hour sound bath.
Wonderful. What is do you have a website where all that information is posted?
We do. It is www.spiritquestbooks.com.
Perfect. And we will make sure that we post that below this video as well. So it's just an easy click for our viewers to go and check that out, and check out the wonderful events you do. I know that those crystal bowl sessions are very special. I've been to some of those sessions with Therese in the past, and I'd like another opportunity for deep relaxation when you are in that. It's like a whole night's rest in just that 1 or 2 hour period. But not only the rest is that you're getting vibrationally affected.
Pretty cool stuff.
Very cool stuff. So this coming weekend, this is why you're here on the show, to tell us about this course that's coming up this coming weekend. And I'm very interested myself. I know that the title of it really caught my eye. So let's hear about this weekend's course.
Well, this course actually was created by a combination of Faye Fitzgerald and Shauna Bourne. And Shauna is one of the most magical storytellers that I've ever met in my life. She brings so much to life through her storytelling. And she's a master in myths and legends and fairy tales, and tying words into how we allow them to affect our daily life. So this course is actually four sessions, and they'll be about 4 hours each. And it's working with archetypes, understanding how archetypes run our life and how we can find our way out of those limitations. So archetype, if anyone isn't aware, is a Jungian word from Carl Jung. And he's the one who came up with the title. And also a lot of this work is influenced by Joseph Campbell, who did a lot of work on myths and magic. And for instance, one of his was the hero and the quest. So that's an archetype right there. So they're around us all the time, these archetypes. We're caught in them. We're limited by them. They have a light side and a shadow side. And everything in the media and fairy tales and mythology, it all contributes to our acceptance of the archetypes and the stereotypes. So if you think of, the starving artist, which is the archetype for anyone who believes that they must suffer in order to produce great works of art. So that's a great one. We're living our own stories.
We are, and you mentioned this, the starving artist archetype. I think another one that we deal with a lot in the health and wellness field is that starving healer archetype.
Oh, yeah, we should be doing it for free because it's a God-given gift. Yeah, there's an equal exchange of energy required with everything that we do. There's the female archetype of the maiden mother crone. That's a great one. We can be caught, as a female, we can be caught in that one at any point during any day. Any one of those three faces of that female, the inexperienced, young, naive, hesitant, and maiden, or on the shadow side, the sure, the bold, the inexperienced and not very thoughtful maiden. And another archetype is, if we look at the tarot cards, there's the archetype of the Fool, the 0 card in the major arcana. Well, the Fool has a great job for us because he teaches us to laugh at how absurd we are, and he introduces our emotions to us. So it's a great gift. So that's some of the things that we learn to start looking for and recognizing.
Archetypes can certainly help us to know ourselves better, and that's one of the biggest journeys of our lives, is to know ourselves.
I think it's the reason that we're here.
Yeah, definitely. And for those of you who haven't heard about archetypes yet, this is just a brief introduction with what we're talking about in this course this weekend. We'll definitely be diving you deeper into them. Maggie, how have you used archetypes in your own life to assist and support you in your journey?
Oh gosh, I don't think, I haven't taken the course yet. So I've been wanting to take this course for 4 years. So I'm excited that it's actually coming to Salmon Arm. as opposed to my going to Vancouver once a week for 4 weeks to take it. But how have I used it? I would say mostly not consciously. And there came a day as life began to catch up with me that I recognized that I was very much behaving in the archetype of the crone. I really don't care what you think. I need to express my opinion, and that's the one that I'm going to live by. So it really is the wisdom in that one really quite snuck up on me.
Yeah, and there is a lot of wisdom in them. I've heard that there is the positive aspect and the not so positive aspect of archetypes.
Absolutely.
So if we can really bring out those positive aspects of the archetypes instead of just living in the negative or unconscious aspects, that'll help us a lot.
That's the limitations of the archetypes, is the shadow side. And we always need to look at our shadow or our dark side so that we can create more of the light and the correct side of any of the archetypes.
Definitely. And that's what we want to bring out more and more, is that light in ourselves and all of our relationships and everything that we do.
So it's a lot of psychology in this course. But for the layman, it's the layman's level of psychology. There's a lot of self-discovery. We have to write reports between each class. They don't have to be great works of literature, but just point form so that the teacher knows that we are understanding what's being taught and can approach everything that needs to be approached within the class.
Wonderful. I think writing is a really powerful way to make sure that you are deepening that learning into your own subconscious. So that sounds
absolutely
perfect. Yeah. So let's hear some details about the course. Where is it being held? How much does it cost? How many spots are there? And times?
Well, your investment is $787. Mm-hmm. It's being held at Spirit Quest in one of the back rooms of the store. The size of it, well, right now we can accommodate about 10 people quite easily. And what else? It starts at noon on Saturday, which is July the 8th. If anyone wants to come, it'll be on Saturday at noon, and Wednesday at 7 again. So that's the 4 classes. If you want to come and you want to sign up at the last minute, please do. We have registration forms here, and once you're here and in the chair, we'll make it happen for you. Just bring your money, and normally you could sign up online, but that's a little bit tricky sometimes for some of us.
Definitely. So can people contact you directly, like right at the store? They can phone you and find out more information about it?
Absolutely. We do have a post on our Facebook page as well. So that's Spirit Quest Books on Facebook. There's also a post on our website and in our newsletter, which again is posted on our website. Our newsletter is. Where else? Good. Just phoning the store, and I can talk you through what is required. I will tell you that as a seeker my entire life, this work keeps me interested, and I have never said, yeah, okay, done and dusted, finished with that. I always want more. The woman who put the courses together is a magical creator of the fabric of courses.
But it sounds like an in-depth journey, and I feel like this kind of thing, when people dive in and are willing to step in and make that investment and take a course like this, it can be a life changer. Like, truly, we're on a spiritual path, but something like this can really dive you in very deep.
Oh, yes. I would never have opened my store were it not for the courses by this woman.
Wonderful and inspiring. So what do you think, if you could summarize, I know that it might not be easy to, but if you could summarize, what are the benefits that somebody would get out of taking part in a course like this?
Well, fortunately, I wrote some crib notes here. You'll learn to identify where you're caught in any predictable patterns. And we are always caught in predictable patterns because, I don't know, I make a joke all the time about how we live on Groundhog Day. Every day. I mean, we are just so going through that movie. We will learn how to increase our skills of observation wherever we find that we are vulnerable in situations. We'll pursue our own story by learning to listen to our own calling, as it were, regaining a sense of magic and flow in life. And I guess the top seller is that you learn a really powerful meditation that helps you to, it's a technique that will help you continue with this work.
And that's the key.
That's the big key, is the continuing. So often we take a course and we go home and that was great. I'm going to do this every day. And life takes over. With this work, I find that there is enough follow-up that you're ready, set, go with things right off the hop. You have support.
Definitely. And we read so many books as seekers. We're reading a lot of books or doing a lot of things online, but I think that there's a lot of value to doing something in person. Also, especially in coming into Spirit Quest books and doing that work with you, is that somebody can continue it so they'll have the practice, but then they can go home, and when life starts to take over, they can come back to you, come back to the people that they met there and practice again.
And it's about learning to connect with your tribe, your people. I saw a little post on Facebook the other day that said, I miss my peeps. And I thought, yeah, that, we're all looking for our people. So this was how I found many of my people.
It's true. I always encourage people, like, go take courses and workshops and events and do this, because you will be accelerated. When you're not alone, you'll be accelerated and you'll be put in situations where you can practice what you've learned and you'll feel supported.
Yeah. It's all good stuff.
It is all good stuff. So anything that you'd like to leave our audience with as we wrap this up? Anything else about the course or about the work that you do?
Well, knowledge is free. You bring your own container. That's actually the logo of the store. We offer a lot of little courses on an ongoing basis on various topics. We also offer psychic readings out of the store. And, I'm here to help.
Well, wonderful. Thank you so much, Maggie. And thank you for the work that you do in this community in BC Interior Wellness. It is well needed, and I know that a lot of people are very appreciative of what you bring to us. So thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. And thank you for being on the show. Everyone, that's Maggy Davidson from Spirit Quest Books in Salmon Arm. There's an archetype course coming up this coming weekend, and all the links and information will be posted below this video. And you can also find her and more information, like we said, on spiritquestbooks.com. So thanks again, Maggie.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So everyone, thank you again for staying with us. If you have questions for Maggie, let's just mute her out there. If you have questions for Maggie, you can drop them right in the link here. You can put them on Facebook, or you can even put them right into the comments in our YouTube channel. So we love hearing from you. That's what this show is all about. It's about connecting with you and hearing from you what you want us to talk about. So we'll have another guest coming up on the show fairly soon. His name is Dirk Terpstra. Until he joins us, I will chat with you and see if you are commenting at all. Let me know that you're here. I want to hear from you. I want to know that you're here. And maybe let us know, are you familiar with archetypes in your own life? And if so, how do you use them in your life? So that would be a wonderful thing to let us know. And I'll show you something else in the in-between, because people give me these wonderful things. This amazing book was written by the beautiful, wonderful, and talented Katrina Ariel, and I haven't started it yet. So over the next few weeks or months, it's a perfect summertime book, I think. I'm going to be reading this book, and then I will do a review, and I'll let you know what I discovered with this book. So it's called Wild Horse Heart. It's by Katrina Ariel, and you can get it, I think, on Amazon. And you can get it from her as well. It just looks beautiful. Look at this great book. So Interior Wellness and me, we love to do reviews on books and to read your books. Local authors, British Columbia interior authors, we really promote and uplift you as authors. So thank you so much for being with us and showing us your hearts and your souls through the writings of your books. We have some amazing authors in our community, so I'm really excited to dive into that. Something else I have here is the summer issue of Interior Wellness. If you don't yet have your copy, make sure that you grab one. Spirit Quest Books in Salmon Arm, you can get your copy of Interior Wellness magazine. Nature's Fair Markets throughout British Columbia Interior. Local health food stores and yoga studios, wellness centers, etc. So if you haven't got yours yet, I want to hear from you. So put your comments here. I can see that we have some people watching live. I want to hear your comments. Let me know where you get your issue of Interior Wellness magazine. If you haven't yet got your issue, then make sure that you get it. So our next guest, I just realized I have to make sure that he has the link so that he can join us here. So sit tight. We will invite Dirk to come on to our show. He is a really cool guy. He does heart math. So let's just invite Dirk and see what he has to say for us today. He's going to be leading a trip to Costa Rica, and he's going to be telling us about it on the show today. So I'm clicking around as I chat with you guys. So I was wondering, where's Dirk? He can't join if I don't invite him. This technology that we use is very cool. It goes straight to our YouTube channel, which is really fun. And then also we've been recording live on Facebook as well a little bit. So the full show, though, is right here for you guys on YouTube. So make sure you share it with your friends. If you like this show, please share it with your friends and your family. And make sure you click subscribe. That way, every week when we do it, you'll know that the next show is up and you'll be able to watch it. And we put up interviews and reviews and all sorts of great things about events happening. So make sure that you subscribe, because then you will be able to be the first one to know about anything that's happening in wellness in BC Interior. I have another thing while we wait for Dirk to arrive on the show that was given to me. This stuff, this beautiful toque was made by Carolyn Teiter. She does these fat cat toques, I think because these little things end up looking like ears when you're on it. So this is handmade by a local artist, and it is beautiful. And I've left this kitty picture on it. This was her kitty. He is now deceased. So much love for the kitty. Oh, I'm holding this still. I was waving it around. Look at that kitty. So I am a huge fan of cats and all pets, but I'm a particular cat fan. So if you're a cat fan, let me know in the comments. The other thing that Carolyn sent was this beautiful coloring book. So if you're into coloring, I want to also know. So put it in the comments. I want to hear from you. And if you are commenting, there's Dirk. I'll let you know. So this is beautiful, this art that she sent. And it's all her own creative, loving, passionate, wonderful art images that she drew and made this gorgeous coloring book. So I'll see if I can find a way for you guys to get them, and I'll put it in the comments below. So I always love seeing that and having creative people send us stuff at Interior Wellness. Hello, Dirk.
Hello, can you hear me?
I just realized that I hadn't sent you the link, and now here you are.
So the sound is good?
The sound is perfect, and your background is beautiful. Look at this beautiful summertime in British Columbia.
It's maybe a little dark, but I was just sitting outside. It was too hot to be inside, and I've been following your conversation just before, so it's really nice. Wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being on the show. So everyone, if you have not yet met Dirk Terpstra, he's a remarkable man who teaches and leads heart math and so much more. So Dirk, let's start off by hearing about you for our audience who is watching who don't yet know who you are.
Where shall I start? So I am a heart math certified trainer. I got my trainings at the institute, the Scientific Institute of Heart Math in Northern California, the beautiful red forest in Northern California. Yeah, it's really beautiful. I got actually involved with heart math when I started interviewing people who brought science and spirituality together, and one of them was Greg Braden. Another one was Howard Martin, the executive vice president of Heart Math. And so I do, like you, I interview quite a few people, and I was just being so impressed with what Greg and Howard shared about the science behind the spiritual aspect of who we are. So I embraced that. I got on board. I'm very much involved in the organization. I just after the summer, I do a worldwide call for them, for all the heart math trainers. I'm involved a little bit in the marketing with them, and yeah, it's really a beautiful journey, together with the interviews that I do.
Heart math is wonderful. It's something that I got introduced to many years ago, and it just resonated with me, no pun intended, but it resonated with me immediately because I love that slightly scientific side merged with the spirit. So tell our listeners who don't yet know about heart math what it is, if you can sum it up briefly.
Yeah, well, and that's the interesting part, is that what I see is that especially people who love the science behind it are often the type A, you know, like left brain focused people. But the thing is with heart math, and I'll talk a little bit about it, is that you fully have to be able to let go of that intellect of yours. And so to fully connect with the heart, you have to let go of that. And so that's often the biggest challenge. Although people love the science behind it, it's also the biggest challenge to let go of that intellect. Heart math is basically focusing on the rhythm of the heart, which is basically triggered when, or the change in the rhythm is triggered when we experience certain emotions. And that could be emotions of appreciation or love or care, and then the rhythm becomes very harmonious. But it can also be emotions like anger or impatience or just sadness. And then the heart starts becoming very incoherent in terms of rhythm. It's when you would see it on a screen, it looks very jagged, the signal, and it starts completely changing. And that has an incredible impact on our brain. So we cannot think so clearly any longer. We don't make the smartest decisions. We have a hard time coming up with proper solutions. So all of that is related to the way the heart beats. And it's just, I know that both of us, we're really interested in the physiology of who we are and how that all works. And that's basically what I teach. So when we change our emotions, we change basically our own physiology. And that's a beautiful thing.
It truly is. I wonder if you can give us a little practice that we could experience right now. Is that possible?
Of course that's possible. Of course that's possible. So what is really, really important to realize before I start this is that what I wanted to say is that we are involved, and we just heard that about the energy, that we expand energy, we renew energy. It's a constant flow of energy. And that's all pure science. It's not just a beautiful spiritual concept, but we have the tendency to excrete more information, to more energy than to renew our energy. So if we're not careful and we go on Facebook, or we watch the news, or we get involved in a discussion with somebody, we actually deplete ourselves of a lot of energy. And that's basically the next tool is related to that, how we can recharge our energies in our body, how we can become coherent in our body, how our system starts functioning in a very harmonious way. And we do that by actually 3 very simple steps. And you know that I am a person who loves simplicity. I embrace nature, like I'm in here as well. It looks also simple, but at the same time, it is so intelligent. So if you just sit and relax, and this is, by the way, not just very relaxing. The relaxing feeling that you get is more of a byproduct, but you're literally changing your physiology by starting to breathe deeper than you would normally do. You just breathe in very slow, like 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out, very slow, way slower than you think you normally would do that. And just feel the air flow through your chest. It's like the air is flowing through your heart. Keep doing this while I'm talking, just breathing in very slowly and breathing out very slowly. And just know that science also says where the attention goes is where the energy flows. So now we bring the awareness to the heart by feeling the air flow through the chest. And while you do this, just feel something that you are truly grateful for, or something that you love, or somebody that you love. Don't visualize anything, just feel that. Feel that sensation in your chest, and just know by doing this that your heart and your brain and your nervous system start syncing with one another. It's a very, very healthy thing. Just keep doing the breathing really slowly, and all of our cells in our body are listening. So on the in-breath, just send that very healthy emotion that you're just experiencing inside. Send it to the deepest level of your cells. Just acknowledge how much you deserve this feeling as a living being. And on the out-breath, just send out that appreciation or gratitude to all those around us. And keep breathing in and out. And just feel that sensation, sending it to your cells and radiating it out to the world. We become highly coherent, and also the people who need it the most feel it. It's hard to grasp that, but they truly, truly feel it. Just take one deep breath in again. Just let it go. And you can open your eyes. This is one of the very, very simple steps, yet very highly effective.
Thank you so much. For those of you who are watching, I hope that you'll repeat that again on a daily basis. That's just a few minutes of tuning in. Dirk, I love that you said it's about more than relaxation, that it actually affects our physiology, because I think a lot of us are really interested in that.
Yes, and I hear that over and over again, that people say, hey, it's just nice and relaxing, and that's true. But I often call it a byproduct, it's just a side effect. But there's so much more is happening. It's the same when you take a certain medication. It's not just that you feel great, because you have to resolve something in your body, but it's as an effect that your body starts healing itself. Sometimes with the help of a medication, we start feeling better. But most people forget that we are our own best chemist, and that we have so much capacity to regulate internally without having the need to take medications in so many occasions. So yeah.
So true. So thank you again for sharing that practice. And for those of you who are watching, again, use that. And if you want to connect more with Dirk, you have some stuff here in Canada that you have going on. Start with telling us about that, the workshops that you do and the work that you do in your community and the movies that you do.
Yeah, so what I do is I reach out a lot to people. The online stuff I love, but I also love the energy when I'm around people. So I create events, heart math workshops, usually like 3-4 hour workshops. I do them in Kamloops, in Vernon, in Kelowna. I'm up for Edmonton at the Unity Church, in Calgary, in Vancouver. So I'm basically Western Canada. Film events, mainly I do that because inspiring films often touches on a very deep emotional level, and that's often the best time to start going a little deeper. So I'd love to inspire people. And that's basically what I do. And I do a lot of work. If you know anybody who has been serving in the Army, for example, or maybe an ex-RCMP officer who suffers from PTSD, I work in a clinic here in the Okanagan Valley where we work in a very unique program, a 4-week program, and we work with war vets who come back from war zones or who have been in service as an RCMP officer, and just their life falls apart because they've been exposed to trauma. And we have very beautiful, effective ways to help them guide through that process. And it's all funded by the Ministry of Veteran Affairs. And so if you know anybody, it might be well worth just reaching out to me, because it's good to help other people in this way. And for me, it's a very fulfilling work that I do, because we are not all that fortunate, that we go through life sometimes as a breeze, but sometimes we truly need support from other people.
It's true, and the community is very lucky to have somebody like you doing the work that you're doing. And now you have something else that's very exciting also coming up. People can work with you here in BC Interior, but this journey that you're going to be going on leads us somewhere else. Let's hear about that.
Yes, I love speaking about it because I'm very passionate about it. So I have been doing quite a few retreats. Last year I did a retreat with Baptiste de Pape, the maker of the film The Power of the Heart. It was in the Summerhill Pyramid Winery. This retreat is the first retreat outside of the country. It's going to be in beautiful Costa Rica at the end of November, when the weather usually gets ugly here. And so we're on the Pacific coast. We have a wonderful small boutique hotel on the beach in northern Costa Rica. And I organized this event together with my Spanish friend, Josep Soler. And Josep lives in Barcelona, and he is for over 25 years, he's been working with people to help them heal, especially on an energetic level, but he helps them heal through their emotions completely of a lot of different ailments. So he's a neuro-researcher, he's a lecturer, he's an author. I recently did an interview with him on soullove.com. It's my platform where I share also the interviews. And we're going to talk a lot about how to connect with our subconscious. And after the talking, we do a lot of practice. And it's so cool because we are basically being led by our subconscious for 95% of the day. We are basically the decisions that we make, the things that we say, the way that we look even, everything that we feel is as a result of the subconscious beliefs that we have stored inside of our body. And if we can access those subconscious beliefs and we can begin to understand them, why we have embraced them in the first place, and then maybe want to change them. And so we use different modalities. We use cold exposure on the hot beaches in Costa Rica. We use a certain different way of communication with the subconscious. We use certain techniques. I use heart math to get deeper connected to the heart. And we also use something that's called remote viewing, where we have the capacity to tap into our heart and to see things that you normally can't see with the eyes. And it sounds very magical, but it's a beautiful thing. And once you get that proof, once you get that that knowing that you do know so much more than we actually are led to believe, well, then a whole new world gets open for you. And I would love to invite you also to check out the website that I have, because everything is out there about the accommodation, about the full program, about how to get there. And it's not expensive at all. It's from November 27th until December the 2nd. And maybe you want to hang out there for a couple of more days. But I would love for you to read more about it and join me.
It sounds amazing. What is the website for people to check out?
Well, you can go to my website, dirkterpstra.com/retreat. If you have a hard time spelling my name, you can also go to chooseheart.com. That's my event website, and the event is on there, and just click through and you get to the event and you get all the details. And if you have questions before, you can always get in touch with me. But this is a truly transformational retreat. It's not just about feeling good, connecting with like-minded people, playing in the ocean, being on a beautiful beach. But we spend many, many hours a day just to go deeper and deeper in the understanding of who we truly are. And that gets really transformative.
It sounds incredible and deeply transformative. So for our audience who are watching, I know that this might spark somebody's heart. And what is that? What is Costa Rica transformation getting into my heart? It sounds great. So all the links are going to be below this video as well, so you guys can check those out. So thank you so much, Dirk, for joining me on the show today and sharing just a little bit of who you are and what you do. I know our audience is probably inspired to check your websites out and the rest of the work that you do.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. It's also always so nice to be in touch with you. Thanks for all the beautiful work that you do. It's so beautiful that we have so many wonderful people in the area here, and just keep spreading the light. So thank you so much for being with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dirk. I appreciate it. So thanks again to Dirk for joining us on the show. Like I said, if you would like to connect with him, you can check out his website and his links, etc. So another thing that I will give you a little sneak peek into, that Dirk is going to be one of the speakers on an upcoming event that I'm working on. It is called the Visionaries Conference, and that is happening online in August. Information about it is not yet released, so you are among the first to know if you're watching this. And Dirk dives deep into his work on that conference and will be giving and sharing some heart math practices. So you're definitely going to want to check that out. So we're going to start to wrap the show up soon here, and I don't know if I have anything else to show you. I'm just checking my little pile of really cool stuff that I have to show you. There is all sorts of things happening in your community throughout the summer, throughout British Columbia, Interior, and beyond. And then we just heard about Dirk's upcoming retreat in Costa Rica. For those of you who haven't been to Costa Rica, I am a huge fan of Costa Rica. I spent some time there on a couple of occasions, and then again last winter spent some time there. It's easy to get to, easy to travel in, so beautiful. So if you ever have the chance to go there and do an amazing retreat, now's your opportunity this coming year. So I hope that you're inspired for that. And I hope that you will be inspired for all the things that are coming up in your community. You can check them out in the latest issue of Interior Wellness Magazine in the events and retreats section. That is also online. So if you don't have a copy of this, you can go to interiorwellness.com, click on magazines, and open this up online, and you can see it. You can also click on events and check out what events are happening. So again, I want to hear from you. What events are you going to this summer, and what retreats would you love to go to? Like, where in the world, if you could go anywhere for a transformational retreat, where would you go? So put that in the comments below. We want to hear from you. We also have giveaways on the show. So if you leave comments, you might be the winner of a prize. We want to encourage you guys to make sure that you're leaving your comments and doing that for yourselves. So like I said, make sure that you give us your comments and your questions so that we'll know what you want to see on the show next time. So I'm going to sign off pretty soon here. I want to thank you all for watching and for leaving your comments. And I want to thank Dirk again and Maggie for being on the show. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys, and I'm looking forward to next week already. We have some wonderful people who are going to be on the show lined up for you, and I love that we do this live. It's just whatever's happening right now. It's not without its tech glitches. So I want to thank you guys again for hanging out with us and being with us. And I would love to hear from you. So connect with us on Facebook. Send us your messages and post to our Facebook page. We are also on Instagram at Interior Wellness, and we make posts there that tell you about the events that are coming up, and also just featuring the local teachers and local practitioners, and on Facebook quite a bit as well. And then I want you guys to save the date for our annual favorite event, October 20 to 22. That's Interior Wellness Festival. It was created, 8 years ago now. Maybe it's 9. I think it's 9. This is the 9th annual. So it was created 9 years ago, and it started off as just a tiny event. And Dirk and I were talking about events and the transformational power of them. And this little event was started off with just a few yoga teachers getting together and offering their service to the community. So make sure that you come to that. It has grown so much from just a few yoga teachers in one room to now having 7 workshop rooms. 70 different workshops over the weekend, almost 100 vendors there all weekend long, a healing garden and entertainment and food, and just a really wonderful space for you to come, enjoy, and transform. So that's incredible. And there's something happening today, if you're watching this live, yoga and music in the park in Kamloops, if you're a Kamloops resident, or if you're passing through, every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m., there is a yoga class happening with music at Riverside Park before the Music in the Park starts. And it is a fundraiser put together by Natalie Sari for the Yoga for At-Risk Youth. And this is incredible. There's so many people doing amazing work in our community. And this one in particular is pretty special as it's fundraising for that purpose. And it's such a cool opportunity to do yoga outside in a park and experience that music and that uplifting atmosphere. And it's also Food Truck Wednesday there too, which I think is really cool. So you can go do your yoga and then have some amazing food and then stay in the park and watch the live music that they have going on there. So that's incredible. For other communities across British Columbia Interior, if you have stuff going on that is yoga, health, wellness, spirit related, send us an email or just go right onto our website, interiorwellness.com/events, and you can submit your event and we'll post it for you. We'll feature it, and maybe you'll even be on the show to talk about your event. So I hope that that inspires you all to make sure that you go and check out our website and our Facebook page. Subscribe to this channel, subscribe to our Instagram and our Facebook, so you'll always know what's happening throughout British Columbia Interior when it comes to yoga, healing, wellness, transformation, and just living a wonderful, healthy, uplifted, nutritious life. We love connecting with you, and we love connecting with amazing people who inspire you. So I hope that you've enjoyed this show. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like us on Facebook. Do all those things. Why? Well, it helps us a lot. We love it. But it also helps to keep you connected. And just when you need it, our little posts will come through and give you that upliftment that you need. So thank you again for joining the Interior Wellness Show. I am really excited already to see you next Wednesday. It'll be our 5th show. So we've been doing this for a month now of just these weekly shows. So very excited about that. And I just want to say thank you again to everyone for watching and for all the amazing support that we have in the community for interior wellness. I hope that you have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, and I will see you next time. Bye.